Good day, people. Today we're going to review Unit 5. So in Unit 5, we solved equations and inequalities. So we're going to write two-step equation and solve two-step equations. That was the first two chapters. The total number of students in grade 7 is 9 more than 4 times as many students that are in art class. There are 101 students in grade 7. Write and solve an equation to find the number of students in art class. Let X represent the number of students in art class. So from there we can write our equation. Since it's 9 more than 4 times the number of students in art class, so we know it's 4 times X plus 9 would be equal to 101. From there we can solve this equation. We can subtract 9 from both sides. We see that 4x would be equal to 92. From there we can divide both sides by 4. We see that x would be equal to 23. And we can check our answer. 4 times 23 plus 9. And we know 4 times 23 is 92. 92 plus 9 does give us 101. Alright, so we can conclude that there are 23 students in the art class. Solve the equation. So we have minus 4, 8 plus y is equal to 90. There are more than one ways we could have done this. We could have divided both sides by 4, but we're going to use the distributive property since that's what this topic was all about. So negative 4 times 8 gives me negative 32. Negative 4 times y gives me negative 4y equals 90. From there, we can add 32 to both sides, and we see that negative 4y would be equal to 122. From there, we can divide both sides by negative 4, and we'll see that y would be equal to negative 30.5. We can go ahead and check our answer. So that's negative 8 plus negative 30.5. When we add 8 to negative 30.5, we get negative 22.5. And when we multiply negative 22 by 5 by 4, by negative 4, we see that we get positive 90. So we know that our answer is correct. Carson wheelbarrow can hold 345 pounds. If he has 121 pounds of rock in the wheelbarrow, what number of pounds P can he put in the wheelbarrow without going over the limit? So we can write we know that he already has 121 pounds already, and he can add P pounds more to it without exceeding. So if he doesn't want to go over the limit, we know that it will be less than or equal to what that limit was, which was 345. From there, we can subtract 121 from both sides, and we see that P must be less than or equal to 224. So we can conclude that the wheelbarrow can hold 224 pounds without going over the weight limit. Travis has 3 months to save money for a trip. An airline ticket costs more than $300. So we know that it's more than $300, so that we know that it's greater than $300 right there. So we know it's more than $300, so it must be greater than $300. It's more. If he saved the same amount each month, A, how much does he need to save each month to pay for the ticket? So we know that it's 3 months he's saving for, and he needs to exceed $300. All right. So we know that would be 3A is greater than 300. From there, we can divide both sides by 3. And we see that A must be greater than 100. So we can conclude that he must save more than $100 to pay for the ticket each month. So he must save $100 or more each month to pay for that ticket. The school band gets $5 for each t-shirt they sell at a fundraiser. They have a goal of raising $150. If $45 has been raised so far, how many more t-shirts do they have to sell to reach or exceed the goal? So we know they have to reach or exceed the goal, so that's greater than or equal to 150, which is the goal. And we see that they have $45 already, so that would be our constant. And it's $5 per t-shirt, so we can let t represent the number of t-shirts, so that's plus 5t, and that should be greater than or equal to 150. From there, we can subtract 45 from both sides. We see that 5t would be greater than or equal to 105. From there, we can isolate the variable by dividing both sides by 5. And we see that t must be greater than or equal to 21. So we can conclude that they need to sell at least 21 t-shirts to reach or exceed their goal. Solve 1.9 times 2.3n plus 6 plus 10.45 is greater than 43.7. Then graph your solution. 1.9 times 2.3n would give me 4.37n. 1.9 times 6 would give me 11.4 plus 10.45 is greater than 43.7. From there, we can combine these two constants. We see that we get 21.85, and we put back our 4.37n plus and greater than 43.7. From there, we can eliminate our constant by subtracting 21.85 from both sides. And we see that 4.37n would be greater than 21.85. From there, we can divide both sides by 4.37. And we see that n must be greater than 5. We can put this on our number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put another point. 6. This is 0. -1. -2. So we put a circle at 5. And since it's just greater than, we don't shade the circle. We leave it open. And we are going to the right. And our bonus question. The perimeter of a certain pentagon is 10.5 centimeters. Four sides of this pentagon has the same length in centimeters, h. And the other side has a length of 1.7 centimeters as shown below. So they are saying this is a pentagon, this side is 1.7, and the other four sides are equal. And they use h to represent the other four sides. From there we can write our equation, because we know if we are finding the perimeter of a pentagon, it will be the sum of all 5 sides. So we know 4 sides are h, plus we know that 1 is 1.7, and we know that the perimeter was 10.5. From there, we can subtract 1.7 from both sides of our equation. We see that 4h is equal to 8.8. From there, we can divide both sides by 4, and we see that h would be equal to 2.2. So the length of the other side that we don't know would be 2. Each of those 4 sides that are equal would be 2.2. Thank you for watching.